KO Exposed, the rise of SA hip-hop's biggest opportunist, Ntokozo Mdluli, known to the world as KO, is one of South Africa's most influential hip-hop artists. From his early days in Teargas to his meteoric solo career, he helped pioneer a sound known as Skhanda, a fusion of hip-hop and local culture that redefined South African music. But behind the bright lights, sold-out shows, and chart-topping hits lies a shadowy story, one that many in the industry hesitate to speak about openly. This is the story of promises made and promises broken, of young artists nurtured, then left behind, of an empire built on the backs of others. This is the untold story of KO, South Africa's biggest hip-hop opportunist. Chapter 1: The Rise, Teargas and Cashtime Fam. In the early 2000s, Teargas emerged as a powerful force in South African music. Together with Mai and Ntokozo, KO helped create anthems that spoke to the streets, to the youth, to a generation hungry for their own voice. But as Teargas's legacy cemented, KO's ambitions grew beyond the trio. He began assembling a new collective, Cashtime Fam, a group of promising young artists poised to break into the industry. Cashtime Fam included talented names like Kid X, AB Crazy, Smashies, and Mai himself. The collective promised unity, collaboration, and the launch of multiple careers. Yet, beneath the surface, tensions brewed. AB Crazy soon left, frustrated by a lack of support for his solo career. He wanted to release his own mixtapes, build his own brand, but the doors never fully opened. Smashies, now known as Zinga, struggled to find his own identity amid the shadow of KO's dominating presence. The narrative was clear: Cashtime Fam was a family only when it suited KO. Chapter 2: The Label That Failed, Cashtime Life. In 2013, KO and his associates launched Cashtime Life, a record label with the promise of nurturing talent and creating stars. The roster included Kid X, Mags, and Mdluli, all gifted artists with the potential to make waves. But as KO's solo career took flight, especially after the release of Skhanda Republic in 2014, the label's attention shifted. The spotlight focused on KO, leaving others in the shadows. Mdluli openly expressed frustration at the label's lack of support for her career. Kid X and Mags departed quietly, disillusioned by the label's failure to promote their work effectively. KO himself admitted that Cashtime Life became a brand more than a label, one that elevated his name but did little for the artists under its umbrella. It was also known that KO stole the Skhanda name from MT, a underground rapper doing Kasi rap. The dream of Cashtime Life faded, a cautionary tale of what happens when one star outshines the rest. Chapter 3: The Reboot, Skhanda World, and New Faces. After Cashtime Life's collapse, KO returned with Skhanda World in 2020. A fresh label, a fresh start. Skhanda World was positioned as a new movement, a family to elevate young talent. Artists like Loki, Roi, Just Bakey, and DJ Mr. X joined the ranks, hopeful for a breakthrough. But once again, the pattern repeated itself. Despite talent and effort, many of these artists struggled to gain meaningful traction. The label's brand eclipsed individual identities. Meanwhile, KO continued to collaborate with rising stars. Bleski, Maglera Doughboy, Young Stunna, riding the wave of new trends. Their success often felt tied to KO's name, with their own careers failing to flourish independently under his wing. Chapter 4: The Pattern. Rise, shine, leave behind. Look closely, and a recurring pattern becomes impossible to ignore. KO builds a collective. He ignites excitement. He attracts promising young talent hungry for their chance. But as his solo career explodes, the focus narrows. The spotlight shifts exclusively to him. Artists leave, citing neglect, unfulfilled promises, or creative differences. Their dreams stall while KO's brand soars. Some call it business. Others call it opportunism. The question remains, is KO a visionary leader or a man who uses others as stepping stones? Closing Ntokozo. Mdluli built an empire. He shaped South African hip-hop, created trends, and inspired millions. But for every artist who rose with him, there are those left behind, their stories unheard. The Skhanda shadow is long, and it stretches far beyond KO himself. Who truly benefits in the end? That is the question the industry, the artists, and the fans must ask themselves. The story of KO is still being written, but the truth can no longer be ignored.